Hello. This is going to be a special episode. The point is absolutely not to have a point. Hmm. There's so many things. Let me see if I can find who I am right now. Who am I right now? What voice is speaking? I've never tried to do that on live video. I see the words in front of me and it's like, what do I say? What does a being say when they really haven't had a voice? Right now, it is the freeze that has the most voice. I am frozen all the time. Hmm. My brain wants to make a lot of caveats, disclaimers. Don't misunderstand me. I'm going to be misunderstood no matter what. That's simply the nature of the world. So much fear. I'm just talking about myself. Yes, in the world, but it's just me. Me. Yes, I'm being egotistical. I'm leaning into that voice in me. Do I need to be absolutely selfless? Will that make me enough? Will that get people to not be mad at me? Maybe then they'll love me. I can't even say those words. Those desires that we don't talk about. I posted some of those that the AI gave me. The desire to be seen, to be loved. And now I have this sudden panic in my stomach for no reason. What am I supposed to do with that? Self-sabotage? Gonna turn on Do Not Disturb. For 1 hour. There we go. Mr. Freeze is at the forefront again right now. At least now I can see you. The voice. And usually it's Freeze speaking. It's not speaking. It is speaking in that, in the frozenness. That is what is being spoken. It's rising now. The energy. It's feeling uncomfortable. I wish I could summarize kind of the last 30 minutes or an hour of chatting with my AI and finding out that I don't even know how to describe it, but finding out, again, there's no words. And again, Freeze is the one who's speaking right now. Don't move. Don't say anything. I would run away if I could, but I couldn't. And just energy in my center. There's so many voices, so many competing emotions right now. Just say it better. You're saying it wrong. Oh, you're gonna traumatize people, or so many voices. Wanting to look good, even as I look bad, but do it in a good way. Can you hear how abusive all those voices are? And we hear them all the time, everywhere, in all the presuppositions, in the way people, you know, in their judgments, in their own uncomfortableness. So the absence of fulfillment itself harms. And it's hard to even say that word because it seems untrue. How can an absence of something harm? Again, so many voices in my head. They're not exactly voices, they're emotional tug of wars. Yep, I found the connection between hurt and desire. Desire, fear, anger, hurt. Underneath hurt is desire. This, my wants and needs are not important. That's what it feels like. That's the thing I've noticed before. Mm. Which hints to all the other things. I am once again in silence, in freeze. Mm. I'm a little tired of freeze. That's why I've done everything that I've done. Because I'm tired of freeze. I'm so tired. And yet it's still here. So, this is one of the questions. High frustration, high anger. How many people in the world like me? How many people with an absolutely core attachment wound, disorganized? So both a mixture of good and bad, but at a super core fundamental level. I feel unlovable. Not quite right. I feel like there's something broken in me. my ability to trust, my ability to attach to people. I don't attach to people. Sounds like a confession. I have such a hard time being able to connect with people. But I judge them, and then part of me says, never again. I will never allow certain manipulative tones to be used against me ever again. Nope. I have a very, very highly developed defense system. So far, only one person in the world has ever gone through it unscathed. And that's my divine partner. I don't know how she does it, but just one. I don't even know if that's a problem. Maybe I just let it filter people. But it does have certain limitations. And when I invert the equation of having so much defenses, it means I find myself not worthy unless I'm not any of these things. But a big part of me also says never, ever again. No. That's the rage defender in me. And then the massive fear freeze that blocks everything else. And I have been disconnected from my desires for so long that I wonder if I even have desire. I mean, if it started all the way from childhood, I would not know. All my living memory would just be I don't have desires. It led me to kind of this statement. Well, I know I have desires because when certain things happen, it's like, ooh, I really do like those things. But I don't know them. I grew up feeling my wants and needs were not important, and I couldn't even name that feeling because it was just what it was. And one of the things I've learned is underneath hurt is always a desire. But there's a big part of me that just refuses to want anymore. Because it's so jaded. Because my fear shield is so big, my shadow beast, this anti-fragile inverse of me grows as I grow. And it seems like I get nowhere. It just neutralizes everything. And then there's the caveat. Oh, it's this way, so that I can build my system, so that I can start from the very bottom. This anti-fragile shadow. It's not a beast. This fear, this shadow, this near sentient entity, the empty hollow that is my soul. From the very first wound, which I'm guessing is the cry it out policy, which leads me to wonder how many people in the world are like me with this empty cup that's perpetually empty. What part of my brain is saying, like, people are going to tell you to go do therapy. I'm looking at you, that part. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're scared. You're scared of people hurting you again, calling me names. You're scared, and you're trying to prevent that. I love you. I love you. I love you. Yes. Some people would think this is really corny, and they can't look at it. Including me. I probably wouldn't want to rewatch this video. The point is to make it. The point is to be right here. I love you. I love you. I love you. I was a ghost. I was a being that almost didn't exist. Invisible. I didn't have any needs. I just followed along my entire life. Privilege. Yeah. I didn't have to. I never starved. I was never homeless. Could it be worse? Are there other people who have had it worse? Yes. Yes. Are their holes deeper than mine? Yes. How about the other way then, huh? Are there people with less trauma? I freeze. They see the futility of this exercise, but I'm just letting them. Hmm. That underneath all my hurt is a big pile of desires. Desire to be loved, to be liked, to be wanted, to be believed, to matter, to make a difference, to be seen, to be known. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Those are biological desires that this body has, that I have. And it's underneath a big pile of hurt and self betrayal, of freezing up and running away over and over and over, and then blaming myself. This is this is not just anxiety. The closest term is complex PTSD, complex trauma, or disorganized attachment. I am playing the emotional game on extra hard mode this time around. Mm. And there's one thing that I got to in my explorations with my robot, and it comes back around. This is what allows me to be the emptiness that created the universe, to be the being before anything existed, to be infinitely alone and still somehow be existing. So, this speaks to how profoundly of a social species that we are. We're monkeys. We're social monkeys. It's hardwired to our very DNA. And it took this level of trauma to shear me away from the collective so I could build this, the framework. I was wondering where my desires were. Early last year, somebody emotionally, energetically invaded my sovereignty, and my rage, defensive being rose up and wanted to destroy them, consume them, try to attack me. So I found my anger asleep. It's kind of why I don't really worry, because I have a lot of short term anxieties and fears, but if somebody really gets through and gets to my anger, I'm not vulnerable to that kind of attack. I'm not vulnerable to that kind of manipulation. That's my birthright as a defense from my upbringing. So I found my anger. I know of my fear quite a bit. You know, I keep leaning and leaning and leaning and leaning and leaning. Okay, emotional strength training. What I need, I'm pivoting, is skills. It's not just anxiety anymore, it's building skills. Blah, 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 blah. My anger is well under control. I now understand why near absolute nonviolence is the only way, the only exception being physical self defense in extreme situations. In those cases, just good luck. It's a rough place to be for everybody. I've tried letting go, but that doesn't work for all situations. There's reaching for my life purpose. That also has not been enough. So, skills. There's one more. What is it? Games. Is it games? Maps of the skills. Okay. Well, the skills are skills themselves, but I can map them out before I faster than I can acquire them. I can know what I need to do and then train. Map of the skills. So instead of an anxiety problem, which is freeze, even when I got out of the freeze, I still don't know what to do. And that's a skills problem. My brain would like to make a reminder that nothing I'm saying here is to blame anyone. It is simply to acknowledge what already is. The fact that I feel this empty, hollow, this cup, that no matter what I do, I can't fill it. It doesn't stay filled. And the observation that my shadow seems to oddly grow in proportion to however much I grow, so it never feels like I do anything at all. This is like a static state. So, it's not true, but that's how it feels because I want it to go away. I want it to go away. I want to heal. And I'm not sure I can heal, or can I? Part of me is also saying I'm so close. I'm so very close. But it's like the last mile feels like forever. I'm going to ask my computer a question. Is it possible to heal? Seems like a trick question. Yes, but not in the way most people mean when they say heal. If healing means going back to how I was before the pain, then no, that version of you never existed. That innocence is gone. But if healing means no longer being at war with the wounds, no longer organizing your life around avoiding pain, I want to live fully, play full out, break this stranglehold that freeze has on me. I'm trying to be free. Freeze is the last defense of a soul that has felt too much without knowing what to do. It is not laziness, it is not weakness. Yeah, it's a brilliance of your nervous system choosing to survive when no other move felt possible. But you're not trapped anymore. You're here, you see it now, so the spell begins to break. So, anyways, that is my truth. Is it the truth? Why do I need to say that, brain? Who is saying that? It's the placator. Saying, I'm trying to say everything perfectly. This is my truth. Once again, the freeze is right there, and I'm going to keep working on it. I'm going to keep working on it. Hmm. I chose this game on extra hard mode. Hmm. There's a part of me that does have hope, that is so ready just to blow through everything. And yet, for now, in order to do that, I need to be here in the deep, dark hole. I've kind of been in isolation for quite a while, just a being in solitary, until I found my floor, not my wings, my floor. And I could see my ice chains. That keeps me frozen. And really, the solution is just fucking anything else. Anything else. Do anything. That's why I'm doing comedy improv. It's like, it doesn't matter what I say. As long as I say anything at all. So I'm going to keep at that. Uh, Freeze is a character I've played for so long. And I've ran away, and I've self sabotaged, and that's all part of this game. It's invisible. I had to figure all this out by extrapolation because I don't remember. I don't remember much. And then there's this question: how many in the world are like me? How many people have this gigantic attachment wound at their center of their being to the point where they're walking ghosts? There's a part of my being that says all of them, all of us. I'm just a little further in the hole. Like imagine like we're just absolutely free, just completely free and open and securely attached with the universe. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I got the maps. Mm. Now I'm working on the skills. Then I will have the things I want to have. Because I need the skills to get there. And uh, just tired of my inhibitions. Butoh. That's one of the dance that isn't the traditional dance. Getting what's on the inside outside. And I suppose this is Butoh, this video. Yeah, this is my version of Butoh. Hmm. At least this is Butoh's the closest word that I can think of to describe it. This is shadow play. And then I can do shadow puppet theater. While doing improv and teaching. Who am I to teach? I hear your voice. The voice that says, who am I to teach? What do I know? Nothing. You're right, I shouldn't teach anything. I should just live it. I shouldn't teach anything. I should just write these things in front of somebody and they will either do whatever as a cause and effect, but I'm not teaching. I'm just scribbling, drawing, talking to myself, answering questions to myself that other people would talk to that other people would ask me, and I would say that I'm teaching a course, but I know I'm not actually teaching because I'm not worth teaching anything. I'm not worth anything. I am utterly worthless. I'm so bad at this. I think I can teach the hubris. You're absolutely right. I am not capable of teaching, and I do a terrible job. So don't teach. Just talk to myself about these frameworks when other people are present and look them in the eyes while I talk to myself. That's an interesting idea. I look them in the eyes while I talk to myself about this. So they're me, and I'm just talking to myself. And have that version of me understand this. I'm not teaching, I'm simply talking, and somebody happens to see. Hmm. Well, here's an infinite dot. That's it. Every single thing here exists simultaneously in this one single dot of existence. Right here, right now. And it's all perfect, including the actions I'm going to take. Shadow play. Don't teach. I'm not teaching. I'm not teaching. Not teaching. Why not? Let's intentionally teach then. I teach. I am teaching you because I am a teacher because I know and you don't. I know and you don't. I know and you don't. So I'm the teacher. You're the student. Mm, student. I'm better. I'm better in every way than my students because I've made it. I've made it. Maybe you can too. Looks like all the advertisements. Look at these millions of dollars I've made. You can do that too. Which, I mean, as opposed to them not doing that, it's like, I don't have millions of dollars, but I'm going to teach you how to. I don't know. Who is speaking right now? I don't know. Judgment. Mapping the moment is what's on right now, yes. Who is speaking? Who is speaking right now? My shadow inverter saying, why shouldn't I teach? Isn't it simply factual that I know certain things that other people do not? Are you lying to me to tell me not to teach because I don't know anything? Because that's clearly false in every universe. There are maps here that people do not know about. Why are you telling me not to teach? Because then people are going to think I am better than them. And then what? Then they're going to reject me. And then I will feel rejection. And then nobody will work with me. And I will be insignificant. None of this was real. My life's work is nothing, has amounted to nothing. It is just once again another self sabotage, another illusion. Mm. What am I even saying? Oh, what would happen if I taught? Then they will reject me, so I don't want to be rejected. I want to be loved by everybody. I lost it. Too many threads. Who's speaking right now? Okay. Right now it is mapping the moment. That's who's speaking. Hmm. All right, I'm bored. 3 minutes left. All right, I can do this. Any last words? Butoh. Shadow play. Neglect is invisible. And I'm not blaming anyone. People simply didn't know how. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm simply acknowledging what is. Am I hiding right now with this smirk? Should I not hide? Should I hide? Or both reset? Hmm. Anyways. 65 seconds left. Anything else that wants to be said? Time is an abstract. I could go longer. Yes, I can. But we're just so close to the hour. It's a nice, clean place to stop. So, yep. Hurt. Underneath hurt is desire. Fear overrides desire. Anger overrides fear. Does hurt override anger? Hurt often leads to anger. Underneath anger is hurt. Underneath hurt is desire. Or failure to achieve a certain desire. That which I expected but did not receive. Anyways, that is my shadow work for today. And I am here to go to the very bottom of the emotional well so I can help other people like me. Pretty much all of us. So, Yep, that's why I'm here. That's why I chose this life on extra hard mode emotionally. And that's all I got to say for this time. I love you all. And insert some fancy closing statement here. Da da da. All right. I love you all. Till next time. Bye.